Good morning, everyone. This is we are talking from Vishakhapatnam, the Office of Education Redesign, and today it is a part of the series of podcasts that we've been launching from time to time about education and AI. And today we have our guest, Sri Srinivasa Rao garu. He is Srinivasa Rao is the chairman and managing director of BT&BT with a strong educational and professional foundation in technology and business strategy. Over the years, he has held leadership positions at leading IT companies such as Tech Mahindra, Infosys, TCS, iGate, Satyam Computers, etc. His global exposure spans across 25 countries, where he has engaged with diverse industries and clients. Throughout his career, fondly known as VSR, has been a pioneer in digital transformation. He played a key role in the Satyam turnaround story, which earned him immense recognition. He developed the lean digital business excellence model and has invested in digital innovation tools such as Q Enhancer and Co-Innovator. He is also an author of 4 books, including Lean Digital Thinking and Bharat 2047, and regularly advises CXOs, government officials, and institutions on digital strategy and policy making. VSR is highly sought after speaker on platforms like CII, FICCI, NASSCOM, and is known for his practical insights into leadership, technology, and governance. He is passionate about building a new age India rooted in transparency, empathy, and sustainability. Through his Telugu podcast and writing, he continues to share knowledge and inspire leaders across fields, including education, politics, healthcare, and technology. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Bala. Thanks for
I'll also give a brief introduction about what we do at Education Redesign.
Sure.
See, at every step in human civilization, from the Stone Age to the agricultural revolution, to the industrial revolution, we have, and even to the current digital revolution that's currently in progress, we have seen that technologies have been the catalyst for social and economic change, or societal and economic change. And this societal and economic change determined what the education system or skills have to be. So this has been the causality, one causing the other. And the biggest change that has happened in the past in education is about 200 years ago, with the advent of the industrial societies. With the current educational model that we have is still from the 200 years back, education, industrial societies. And there's a total de-link to the current digital transformation that is happening today. So, though we have been trying to adapt and adopt, so at Education Redesign, our goal and focus has been to answer what is the causality between technology, economy, and society, and education in the age of AI. Our most important question has been why, what, and how education in the age of AI. This is the theme of what we want to do, and we've been enduring to answer. And this education redesign is just a platform where we bring in experts from different fields. And today's podcast, our expert is Dr. Srinivasa Rao garu. The first question, sir, how do we prepare the world for the age of AI?
Okay. I'm not Dr. VSR. I'm only Srinivasa Rao. I never tried for it. Even my first job, which I got, was in DRDO as a scientist, entry level. I did not join. I choose to join Tata Consultancy Services. So probably I missed that
No, no,
doctor
no, sir. I think
flight.
you're much more knowledgeable than several doctorates. Yeah,
No
right.
problem. Thank you so much. Okay, first let us understand what is world. Okay, the world today is nothing but maybe 800 crore people, and unfortunately, we are ignoring the biodiversity. So you have so many insects, animals, forests. I mean, on the whole, the environment and everything, the nature, right? So what is happening now today? As you rightly mentioned, I think to talk about what is the world today and impact of all these things, we need to understand, like you said, 200 years back. Maybe in the 1700s or early 1700s, there was an industrial revolution happened, which started with the steam engines and then handlooms and textile and all. The total economy, as you rightly said, the social, economical, political, all those transformations happened around that particular thing, right? After that, we moved to electricity, maybe I think early 1900s. That's where the real mass production industrial revolution started. So the world at that time was different, right? And 1960s around, we moved to electronics and IT. That's where they become driving forces, irrespective of whatever industry you are in, manufacturing or healthcare or retail or banking law. So that is the third industrial revolution. Now, since 2000, we have been talking about entirely different. That's where the technology has become the driving force since 2000. Till that time, technology was considered as an enabler. Or in most of the organizations or governments, they think somebody is sitting in the corner, okay, they will look into the technology and all. But today, the world is now at a stage without technology you can't drive. The reason I will tell you why. Until 2000, technologies were like nucleus families. For example, I come from information technology space, TCS, Infi, Satyam, Tech Mahindra, and all. Some people come from operational technology space, like Schneider, then Siemens, Philips, right? Caterpillar. These are all, I think, operational technologies. That means the information technology, while it deals with the data, the operational technology deals with the objects, whether it is a car or a machine or equipment and all. That is the second segment of technology. The third segment is communication technologies. Remember, in our generation, we evolved 1G, then 2G, then 3G, then 4G, now today 5G and all. This communication, I think the networking and communication bandwidth, everything got increased. That is the third category of technology. The next most important thing is the collaboration technologies. What we are doing now with this Microsoft Teams, our video conferencing, telepresence and all, those are all collaboration technologies. And if you go to domain, you also have biotechnology. What happened is all these technologies got converged now, which was not the case until 2000. There were so many constraints, they were siloed and all. Then what happened was when this technology fusion happened, some unimaginable new capabilities emerged, which we never come across in the last few, probably centuries also. Okay. Those new capabilities are now redefining the world, society, politics, or economy and all. Okay. So other important thing I would like to emphasize here, while these technologies got converged, what is the glue there is IPv6. I don't want to confuse with so many technological words, but it is very important when you talk about what is today the world and the technology impact and all. People have to understand that technology today is not one. It is a fusion. It is convergence of multiple technologies. This convergence has given a few new capabilities. For example, today I can able to predict and see the future, like in our old movies, Maya Bazaar, where I think some Divya Jnana is there. You can see the future, what is happening. You can see the real time if somebody is going, or something like you can do the work from anywhere, anytime using any device. I can probably get the information through mobile or my wearable device or a car console and all, right? So, like that, there are so many new capabilities came, and I can really today take the right decisions at right time because of whatever analytics and all. All these things are happening because of the one glue that is called IPv6. What is IPv6? If anything needs to be connected to internet, it's not like technology convergence, right? IT plus whatever I talk about, OT plus CT plus BT and all. You also need to connect to internet. A car needs to be connected to internet. Air conditioner need to be connected to the internet. A washing machine needs to be connected to the internet. A chair is connected to internet. bedsheet is connected to internet, right? So that's where the IPv6 has given, if anything needs to be connected to internet, you must have IP address, right? That's where IPv6 has given 343 trillion IP addresses. You can connect anything in the world to the internet. So with this now, I think background, I thought it is very important for everyone to understand the background. Otherwise, what is this technology? Why this technology? It is there for many years and all. So just to summarize, this convergence and this IPv6 has helped us to reshape our personal lives, our society, our countries, our professions, our jobs and all. Maybe I think we'll get into more details. So the technology today is now, to summarize, is a driving force. It is no more an enabler. If somebody not understanding the implications of convergence of technology, whether you are CEO of the company, board of directors, or head of the country, head of the state, or head of the family, if you don't understand the convergence of technologies, its new capabilities, then how to use those new capabilities to improve yourself, then they'll be outdated. That's where the impact of technology, we can get into more details when you ask further
Yes,
questions.
yes. In fact, what is happening is during the industrial age, we've seen people using machines to mass produce things. But now suddenly the machines are learning by themselves
Mm.
and they don't need human intervention to produce anything. The humans have become just data points. And this is what the world is being projected to be in the future. Missions can do it, can become sole producers of goods and services. And it has changed as well, industrial to now, from production to services, goods to services. So things are evolving. So the next question, sir, is what does it mean to be educated in this time, where AI can generate process or process knowledge faster and more than humans can?
So first, I think we need to understand what is this artificial intelligence before you even talk about how this is AI going to be changing the things and all, right?
Correct, sir.
So what is intelligence? I think without understanding human intelligence, we cannot speak about artificial intelligence at impact. Most of the people talking about artificial intelligence and all, but without understanding the essence, right? So if you have some human abilities, the cognitive abilities, if you can replicate, right? Then the systems, if you can replicate those capabilities within the systems, then that is called artificial intelligence. I'll give you one example. There are six or seven abilities, the cognitive abilities, if we can transfer that to a technology or a software, that is called artificial intelligence. Number one, are you able to perceive or not? If suppose I go to some place or I come to the office or I go somewhere, what I do, I'll observe. I'll see that, okay, the gate, the entry door is here, the office is here, the seats are here, the conference room is here. Or if I go to the retail mall, I'll see the boards, I'll see the discounts and also. That means the ability to perceive the environment is one of the important characteristics of you being intelligent. Okay.
Yes.
If I can give that ability to a machine or to a software, then it is artificially intelligent. That is one important attribute. Second one is reasoning. It's not only perceiving. There's a lot of data points are coming in as a human being, but I also analyze it, right? Okay, a lot of data points have come, too much of traffic is there, there is a red signal. This is the data has come. Now I have to reason it, whether I have to stop here, whether I have to probably deroute or whatever it is, right? So it is a reasoning and judgment ability. If humans usually have that, naturally they have that ability. If you can replicate that in the machines or a software, then they are intelligent, right? So the first one is the perception. The second one, it's not only perception. Humans are very fortunate. They can perceive anything with five senses, right? You already know what all the five senses are there. But unfortunately, machines and the software doesn't have those five senses. That's why I have to simulate that through CC cameras or IoT devices or barcodes or QR codes or RFID tags, whatever. So you are replicating those senses, and of course, the other software systems, ERPs, SAPs, Oracle of the world. Perception is done, reasoning is done. Once the reasoning is done, usually what humans have the tendency, it's not only just reasoning, you have to plan. Oh, okay, now I perceived, I reasoned, I know I understood what is the right decision. Let me do these tasks. Automatically, humans have that ability. You don't explain. Since I think childhood, they understand that and all. So if you can give the automatic planning ability to a machine or to a software, I call it as a intelligent, right? The next important thing is it's not only planning, humans also do it, right? Okay, I planned some budget, for example. I have to go to the grocery store, I have to purchase this, and all. Then you go and implement it, right? That is called execution. So if the machine or a software can execute itself without human intervention, autonomously, then I call it as intelligent. The last three important things, I think this is important for people to understand. It's not
Understood.
just simply
Yes.
artificial intelligence and
Correct.
all. You are mimicking the human intelligence, then that's where the artificial intelligence is becoming a superpower. The next important thing is when you autonomously execute it, it has the ability to reflect. As a human beings, we also have the ability to reflect. The leaders must have very important characteristics called self-reflection. If you have the self-reflect and self-regulate ability as a human, then you are a true leader. If anything happens, you have to self-reflect. Oh, this is the way it happened and all. Then, oh, it has gone well, it has not gone well. Then let me self-regulate. Next time I should not do that repeat. If you also give that ability to machine or a software, then that is called intelligence. That is called reflection. Okay. The next important thing is it's not only reflected. Next time I come into the same situation as a human being, usually I reflected, then I self-regulated. I don't repeat the same mistake, and I do the best things what I did in the past. What called? This is called adaptation. The last is I should also know my limitations as a human. If you don't know your limitations, you are not intelligent, right? That
Yeah.
in the terms of the technology, they call it as a metacognition. Okay. So the systems also must be taught to know their ability, their capabilities. I can do, I cannot do. My confidence of giving this recommendation is 10%, 90%. So if you mimic all these things into the machines like robots or cars or air conditioners or washing machines, or into the software like your chat GPTs of the world or cloud of the world or your ERP systems and all, then it is called artificial intelligence. So unfortunately, most of the people are not getting this point of how to bring that intelligence into these systems using these 7 or 8 attributes is the most fundamental thing they are missing. They're becoming more and more users. If somebody gave and I am just using it, then you can never build the intelligent agents. You will become user of the intelligent agent, right? Now let us come back to your question. So what
Then
does it mean
humans.
to be educated now? Let us take the situation now. If I am replicating human intelligence into the machines and software, then what humans will do? This is the most important thing, right? This is the most important worry. And a lot of research reports are coming in. Some jobs will be vanished. New jobs will be created. Okay, what skills, even whether you are a student or a professional, you have to acquire today is higher order thinking skills. When you asked me what it does it mean to be educated, the
Yes.
educated here is there are two dimensions I'll bring in. You as a user, that is a different type of education. You should also know how to use the existing tools to survive. Okay, you have to be educated to be a better user, and you have to be educated to be a better creator or innovator or inventor. Both have to be there. Unfortunately, our Mahabharata is today most of the cases users. We are not the inventors or
Yes.
maybe innovators because we imitate or innovate. Amazon is copied and then Flipkart is put it here, and Ola basically came from Uber concept and all. Oyo came from Airbnb concept and all. So we are imitators or innovators. We are not the originators, right? So in this age of AI, if most of the intelligence is getting simulated or mimicked in the artificial intelligence, the humans, if you want to, as a country, to educate the academic institutions or the professionals, they should acquire higher order thinking skills. I'm sure you are from education, you know Bloom's taxonomy, right? But we
Yes.
never heard or understood during our education. Maybe I understood in the 10, 15 years back. What is our education system today? When I go to the classroom as a student, if I am fortunate, I get a right faculty or a professor or a teacher, they'll start telling something, bombarding and all. Then you remember as a concept. Okay, Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Teacher tells. They may not tell even examples and all. Okay. They may tell example, then you remember. Okay. That is a lower order thinking skill. That's not, then you understand. In our tenure, if you remember, Professor Bala, we were probably our education system limited to remembering and understanding.
Correct.
Then there are so many things needs to be done if you want to be educated in this era. Have you applied whatever you remember and understand? There is a Newton's third law. Is there any center of excellence or a lab? Our labs are just rituals. Okay. They are not even labs. Okay. In some of the academic institutions. I'm not talking about all these IITs or premier institutions, what we are talking about. But 80% of the institutions, your labs are not experimentation centers. Your labs are not experiential learning centers and all, right? That's
Correct.
where the apply will come. Apply. Usually, when apply comes, I always tell that how you apply. Okay. Uh, I tell one example. You remember and understand. Suppose your mom is making a or attu, dosa, Telugu attu we call. Of course, dosa has become now. What do I do? I remember mom tells me this is the way you have to do dosa, and I also understand and all. But I don't know when I go and try it at kitchen how to make the dosa. I don't understand it. Sorry, I don't apply it. Right, my knowledge has to
Correct.
be applied. Right. So I'll give just those examples simply. Remember, understand. That's where I stop. My mom or my aunt will tell, hey, this is the way you have to make the dosa. But what I have to do, I have to go to the kitchen, I have to try probably once or twice or thrice and apply it, right? So once I apply, then I have to analyze. I have to acquire the knowledge of analyze. I did dosa for 10 days. Then I have to analyze when it tasted good, when it is not tasted good. Okay, what is the mix of that XYZ? Okay. So that means what you are analyzing the data points based on your applied knowledge into the real life situations. That is called analysis. Is that enough? In the analysis, you are finding what gone well, what not gone well. Then the next level of education, what we have to teach to the students or the professionals is evaluation. That
Correct.
means whatever I analyzed, I should be able to take the right decision at the right time. We are very bad in decision making, unfortunately. As the education system has not built, whether it could be culture or whatever it is, you are dependent on your parents until 20, 22 years. So you are not taking any decisions, you are dependent, right? So your
Correct.
decision making ability, judgment ability, if you don't acquire, then in this era of AI, you will be outdated. The last but not least, you should be the creator. What happened now? Your dosa example, you applied, you analyzed, you took a decision. This is the better way of doing the dosa. Then you repeat that again and again, a best
Correct.
dosa. Now you got, my God, I can create now 10 to 20 types of dosas. That is called invention. I don't know. There somebody said there is a paneer dosa, there is X dosa, there is a egg dosa, and there is the etc. etc. dosas are there. That is a creation and invention, which you invented new dosa. So if you ask me, in the era of mimicking this intelligence into the machines and software, the humans, it doesn't matter what you are. If you want to be an inventor or creator, you have to acquire the skills of applied or application, analysis, evaluation or judgment or decision making, and finally creativity or innovation. These are all important.
Yeah, I know, sir.
Coming to the
Unfortunately, what is happening is our schooling has mostly been standardized.
remember,
The
understand.
topics across the globe, I would say in sciences or math, they haven't changed in decades. So because of the standardization, which a machine can do better than humans. You have already answered my third question, which I was about to ask you, in fact, which is given AI, why should students learn anything?
See, end of the
Because like
day,
a computer could, we could store a lot of stuff in the computer and recollect it again whenever we want it. Now AI is a little bit much more advanced than a simple computer where you store things and retrieve. So most of our education, standardized education, has been retrieval education, memory and storing and retrieving. And the rest of it was facts and figures. Application part, like you were mentioning, is very, very, very low. And obviously, yes, definitely the application and other things should come in. And as machine learning keeps happening, and when machines are as advanced or even more advanced because in day one they start with the entire set of knowledge. Humans have to evolve to reach that because they have to grow from a childhood to adulthood to be able to acquire the knowledges they have been doing. So why should any student learn anything in the first place? If a machine can do it, all I need to know is a very mundane task as how to use a machine.
These sort of discussions happened for every generation.
Correct.
Okay. When I was in company TCS, I was managing a project for accountant generals, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. There was a protest. The employees with black flags, they don't want computerization. At that time, computerization 98, right? So they don't want it, and employees basically they lose the jobs and all. So what we do as human beings, as you rightly asked now question, if suppose AI is doing everything now. So what is most important thing is we have to evolve into this new environment of learning. Okay. So as I mentioned, if suppose AI is doing everything, and what that if calculator is doing calculations today, we don't remember any. Even you ask me some
We don't
24
need to,
by
sir. We
25,
don't need to. Yeah.
correct? But so first we have to accept the fact. We have to accept the fact that the machines, I think if you categorize, are software, artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial super intelligence. This is where these AI gurus have categorized. We are now in the era of artificial narrow intelligence. That means the machines and softwares are not as intelligent as humans to do any task given. They are specific tasks they can do. They may not understand the context, they may not understand environment, they may not understand situations and all. Alexa, it is not something like a jack of all. It is defined for
Correct.
a particular purpose, right? Now, slowly, all these Sam Altman, Elon Musk, and all their Sundar Pichai, they're all competing each other. No, 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 this is not artificial narrow intelligence. Then I want to mimic the human intelligence, near human intelligence. They are now moving to this artificial general intelligence. Even they are trying now, can we replicate emotions in the, yeah, they started replicating in voice now, at least. Okay, when I speak with sad voice, they also respond with a sad voice and all. That's okay. That means integrating emotions, expanding it like a human, taking the situation. It's not like a fixed rule. What is the difference between animals and humans? Animals go with instinct. Humans go with intelligence, right? Okay. So I think that's what I think the artificial narrow intelligence, you move to the artificial general intelligence. Then the artificial general intelligence machines and equipment and the software will mimic like human intelligence. Then humans' role further get, I think, diluted. I will talk what to do. Okay. Then artificial super intelligence. That means your machines and software are more intelligent than humans.
Yes.
Then you get into singularity. We don't know. We may not exist by that time when it comes, probably by 2050 or
Absolutely.
40 or 2000. So, what is the most important thing is the agility and resilience what you build to the people. Okay. Okay. If suppose Dr. Kalam always says, I don't want to be the slave to the problem. I may not be the right exact words. Okay, you should be the chairman to the problem. A problem should not be chairman to you. Now you should acquire a new skill. Even these capable machines are there. They are working under my control. I'm a supervisor. I'm the boss. Okay. You listen. So first you have to acquire an education is how to control these intelligent machines or equipment. Okay. So how best you can use it for better purposes
Then
and all.
I think I'll come to one of my questions, sir. Whatever you just raised, who should be responsible for setting the guardrails
Ah,
for AI in education? Government? Is it educators? Is it tech companies? Or is it students? Who will put the
students can't do that.
guardrails? Huh?
See, end of the day, there are few things which you can't change with. This is very important question. What most of the people, especially Europe and everyone thinks that I put guardrails, I put policies, regulations, punishment. I will completely revamp law and order and all. What happened in the crimes right today? After the very unfortunate Nirbhaya case, do you think the incident got stopped?
Correct.
No, right? I think that This is where our culture taught us, okay? But unfortunately, our culture getting diluted. That's where my next article I am writing. But people may brand as something like outdated or whatever. That's fine. But end of the day, who builds this? I think, as you rightly said, who builds these intelligent machines or software? Those people really have to be having a good character, right? They should be responsible. They should be ethical, okay, and they should be having something like an individual social responsibility. This is the first important point. I don't want to tell, okay, government has to define the rules, regulations, policies, and all. That will come. The transformation must happen from the education from KG to PG, saying that we used to have moral science, ethics, principles, and all those are all simply abolished now. How to build the character of the family, how to build the character of an individual, a student. I think, like in Japan, the students can clean their toilets, but in India, we have a taboo. That is where culture, right? So I think we have to look at now who builds these individuals will build, of course, all these things. But if it is in the hands of the terrorists, they build something wrong, intelligent AI agents, right? They're machines. Let us take, for example, some rogue in the Pakistan build a robo. Unfortunately, somehow they, I think, exported into India, walking that robo. The robo is going and hitting everyone who has the bindi, for example, right? Then
Yes.
who built that? A person or a country which doesn't have the character, right? So first important thing, we have to define what is the character of the country, what is the character of the society, what is the character of the individuals to build the right AI machines or equipment. This is the first point. The second one is what role, what regulatory mechanisms you put it without going beyond limits, right? And what is the rules, acts, policies, right? And other education thing, what is right, what is wrong? That anyhow will come from character, right? So unless we build that character which decides what is right, what is wrong, all this AI is going to become like in robo movie. Okay, the machines and software will ride on us. Human extinction starts if the human character is not built. In addition to that, of course, you should have law and order, regulatory policies, guardrails, so on and so forth.
So, what should students learn in this age of AI?
As I first mentioned,
Because most of them are not technical people. Most of them, it's not making AI. They're all consumers of AI. Most of us.
first they should be consumers. That's fine because we are not we're spending 0.7% of GDP per R&D or maybe 1%. I don't expect some
In
great
India,
inventions
yes.
like our great political leaders will say. Okay, all are just a branding and marketing material. Keep that, whatever innovation centers you put it. Okay, unless you build the brains, what is these physical assets will do to for me, right? Okay, so I think the students and teachers first they have to be consumers. That's fine. I think the Telangana government recently has done. I think they gave access to Perplexity, for example, right? Now this is the time you have to tell. This is where character come into picture, where teachers, students, we have to teach them where to use this, where you should not use. Unfortunately, we don't educate them also, right? So you go and ask one question is given, for example, by a teacher, then simply go to the chat GPT and then get the answer and then copy paste and then write it and give it. Then you don't learn anything, right? Okay. So you have to teach the students how best these things will become your mentors, your tutors, right? And your coaches. So how to build that culture in the academic institutions? They're not the spoilers. Unfortunately, some of the teachers and these oldies, even we are probably 50 plus old, that's fine. But you have to align with the existing environments and the situations, right? Oh, AI, people we will spoil AI will get spoiled, will spoil the people. Social media, my God. Some of my colleagues also say, I don't want to be in social media. Then I say, that is your tolerance limit. I am also in social media. It is in our hands what to accept, what not to accept. Okay. So build that mental strength to the students while using these tools, right? Whatever tools it is, what is right, what is wrong. It is like a charter they have to define for the state government or a central government. When you're implementing these tools into the academic institutions, these are all the do's and don'ts. And this is the way the teachers have to leverage it. This is the way they have to explain to the student. You cannot control it. Please understand that. If anybody says that don't implement all these things into the schools, is a foolishness. You have to
Yes, sir.
implement all these AI tools into the schools. You have to help these things are like companions, teachers, tutors, mentors, facilitators, and you have to train the students to ensure these are all the things. Maybe we have to talk to these companies, OpenAI or the cloud type of a companies. When a student of age group validation is done, and how you can even validate whether he's copying or learning and all. Yeah, we have to also bring that intelligence into the tool itself, right? So
Mhm.
possibilities are there.
Yeah. Uh, Sir, right now there is a big fear that AI could displace a lot of jobs. Now, how do we future-proof learning?
So I think the previous question continuation, you said we talk about consumers related. Now I think it is going to replace the jobs. Yes, it is going to replace the jobs. There is no choice. Okay. What is most important thing? If suppose I have 15 years of education or 16 years of education, now you need to really look at in the next 15 years if the student product is coming out, how the world will be, right? Okay, I'm talking about a little bit bigger. Now you let us take it next 1 year, you can't do much. If I come out in next 1 year, I can't do much because already your education is going to be over. You have to struggle and do it. But you have time, 4 years or 3 years, you have to visualize what type of jobs will be there, what type of new jobs will be created, what type of existing jobs will go away. The academic institutions, the state governments, the parents, and everybody should understand it's not like blindly I will join my student in computer science and then artificial intelligence, data science, cyber security, or XYZ, and all. Don't go blindly. Okay, look at if my student, my kid comes out of the education in the next 3 years, 4 years, or whatever it is, how the world will be, what type of jobs will be newly created, and what existing jobs will go away. This analysis needs to be done. And you cannot stop removal of the jobs. Very honest, I am telling you. If even you look at now, maybe a decade back, GE CTO spoke to me. I don't want any human beings in the help desk. If you call somebody in the bank or
Correct.
telecom, somebody, no, no, most of the things are being handled by AI agents and robots, right?
Yes, sir. Right
So
from
that
Siri
he
to
spoke
everything.
maybe
Yeah.
12 years back, right? So
Mhm.
your jobs like customer service agents will go away. Your teacher jobs will be redefined. For example, your paralegal medical paralegal staff jobs will go away. Okay. So whatever, let me tell you, remember, understand skills you have. You don't have application, analysis, evaluation, creativity, ability, right? All the jobs will be done by machines and equipment. Those jobs will go away. Rudimentary, repetitive,
Correct.
where intelligence level is very less, where it is a so they those jobs will not be there. Content writer, so I don't need a content writer.
Mhm.
For example, I'm telling you. Tomorrow, in the next 4 years, you will see a full-fledged filmmaking will happen through AI, right? So I'm not saying complete jobs will go away. More and more, what we have to learn is AI becomes a creator. AI becomes a creator. But that creation happens based on my input, right? So you should acquire a new skill, a job called prompt engineering, for example. I mean, that may be a big word, prompt engineering at all. You should learn how to ask a question to intelligent AI. Garbage in, garbage out. There are still some cynical people say that that doesn't work at all. No, it may be 60% working today. Use that 60% of the AI agents. That means you have to acquire the skills like how to give a question or a prompt to the AI tool. So such type of jobs will be created more and more in vernacular languages also. Today, vernacular language is not much, right? Yes or no? Right? Not much. And then you also need to go to the list of the jobs what will go away. Oh, if suppose I am a content writer. Today, I have a digital marketing agency. I'm just giving few examples. I have 10 people. Now I can do probably with 2 people, whatever it is. Then what you have to do? With this new tools, I have to redefine the complete digital marketing. That means I should learn the skills of giving the prompts. Complete work is done by this AI or AI agents. Then I should be validator, reviewer. So more and more, in general, the type of the jobs will be created in this AI era are validators, reviewers, assessors, and auditors.
You should also audit whatever the AI is doing.
That is another point I'm saying.
Okay.
So I don't need to create myself because that brain I want to outsource to AI.
Mhm.
Because the creation effort, if suppose I want to create something like a policy document for government of Andhra Pradesh, okay, let us say that. I will give all my prompts, inputs, and all. Maybe it will create in half an hour a beautiful policy document. The creation work I outsource it to an AI tool, but AI may not be right 100%, right? Whatever generated by AI may not be 100% right today. That's where I said metacognition. AI has limitations because it might not have been taught, or the data sets, whatever you have given, probably may not be 100% complete. So that's where the roles what will emerge going forward in every profession are validators. That means, oh, whatever content is generated or output, it need not be content. There are some, if you give some input, automatically 3D models are created. In our generation, 3D model means what? I think we are mechanical, a Unigraphics or CAD 5, this sort of software we go, and we have to draw it ourselves as a 3D model. Today, it's not required. What is required today? I should tell the specifications. I want this. It should withstand this pressure. It will withstand this load. This is the stress. This is the strain and all. If I give all those details, then the AI will create the 3D model. Then what I have to do? I have to just verify it. I have to validate it. I have to correct it. So I think more and more what we have to do is you have to, there is a learning required, but the learning skills are different from what you have been learning. You should learn how to work with this AI. You should learn how to supervise this AI, how to get the best out of this AI, how to validate the work done by AI. If you don't learn that, then you want to do the work of AI, then your job will be in stake. You have
Then
to make it.
most of the experts have been saying in the age of AI, asking the question is more important than the answer.
Absolutely. That's where garbage in, garbage out, I said, right? When you
Yes,
give a garbage, or you want to prove AI is wrong. I have seen some of my colleagues, their intention is to prove AI wrong, then get out.
correct.
Try to get what it is good. Okay, there is no point you prove AI is wrong or right. We are not here to validate what the AI
Absolutely
is right or
right. Correct.
right. Best utilization. So you as a user. Okay, next is what skills you have to acquire. Unfortunately, India still has not given any inventions to the world. We have been in IT industry probably since 1968. Tell me one software engineering invention we have given to the world. We claim
Correct.
global distributed delivery model. It is foolishness to say invention. That is an invention. That is an operating model.
Correct.
With cheap labor, I am getting the work done. Where is the
Correct.
invention there? Okay. So, what is most important thing in the era of this new jobs creation? Brainy jobs. Okay. Not somebody who can create an extraordinary algorithm. You got my point, what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Which
Yes.
doesn't exist. For example, if you take, okay, Andhra Pradesh government recently announced the Quantum Valley. For example, I'm saying, right? So can you generate the talent to ensure that quantum computing today has just 60 plus the algorithms?
Got it.
I need another 1,000 algorithms. For that, I need extraordinary people. I can create jobs there. That is, for example, right?
So, sir,
So,
at that time, let me pause and ask you another question which can relate to whatever you're saying. In the
yeah,
age
please.
of digital, or in the past, we have seen there's a huge digital divide where
Divide.
most of the people, there is digital haves and have-nots. Will this, with AI, will this be enhanced? And this digital inclusion and exclusion, will it grow further or narrow down?
There are two dimensions I'll see. With haves and have-nots also lies with countries, not with people.
Okay.
China and America haves. We don't have, right?
So AI is basically they're counting on AI to reduce it. Hope, at
Correct.
least hope.
Now, there are two aspects. That's why let me give here. Haves and haves in the terms of, as you asked it first, haves and haves, have-nots in the things is there is a digital divide or AI divide already got created. Can everybody get a $20 chat GPT? They can't. If I want to go Hagen or 11 Labs, for example, every month, 20, or some cases it is even $120 and all, I can't waste. That means if you have money, you can best utilize AI today. If you don't have
Today.
money today, still we are in that stage. It's not yet democratized or commoditized, right? So
Correct.
certainly the haves and have-nots is continued, but some of the governments, like again, I'm giving an example, they have to come up with the policies to say the students' versions to provide, um, like you have the schemes, right? 10 years back, I made a statement. It is like utility now. Okay, electricity, water is utility. I told the computing power is utility.
Mhm.
The internet is utility. Now access to AI must be utility. Whatever government has to spend, let them spend, right? Okay, make them as an utility. The AI at every home should be provided as an utility at the subsidiaries or discounts and all, so that at least you are giving access to the people irrespective of their economic and social status. Okay, so I think that is a very important step. Certainly, because of this AI and connectivity established, even in rural India, certainly the divide can be reduced. But they should have access to these tools free of cost or a subsidized cost. So we have to do that analysis. What tools are relevant for the people, common people? What tools are relevant for students or teachers and all? So what is the ability of these people to get them? Okay, there are so many free versions are there. But they say, okay, I can't really do, okay, they say that, okay, your credits are done. Whatever I want to do, I cannot do that with the free versions, right? So there is a lighter versions to be available for every tool where government has to work with these vendors and they should have a policy, make computing power, internet, and artificial intelligence access, tools access as utility.
If AI increases productivity, sir, and AI is able to um, contribute directly instead of replace, it can replace teachers or it can replace doctors and other things, the cost is going to come down very much. You think it can be democratized?
See, I don't agree. As of today, the doctors
As
will
of
be
today.
replaced or lawyers will be replaced. We have not yet reached that stage. Okay. We are still in the transition of artificial narrow intelligence and artificial general intelligence. When you get general intelligence, probably the doctor's role may be reduced to 50 to 60%, especially the diagnosis and then prescriptions and all. So replacement strategy should not be there as a government also is my view.
So
A complete
what is the long-term implication of AI on teaching, on teachers' role?
long-term implication of AI on teachers' role. First, the students start disrespecting teachers. Already started. When teacher is saying something, our friend at home look at that through Claude or a Google Gemini or ChatGPT. He knows better than teacher. And so the teachers now, as I mentioned earlier, they have to learn how to use these AI tools as their mentors. They have to learn from all these tools effectively before going to the class. They can even show how these tools can be used, right? That is the first point when the tools are there. Second, in some cases, the teachers are not required. So I can create an agent, a teaching agent. When I went to Vijayawada, I asked one of the at KBN college. He is a Telugu professor. I said, I want to replicate you. After your retirement, also, I want you to be in this college. Okay. Let us create an AI agent. Okay. With all your knowledge, I want to ensure it is replicated in the, your intelligence is copied into the AI. It is trained with the data sets, whatever it is, then it should be available. So that means the advantage is the teachers, what today we have is incapable teachers or insufficient teachers. That issue can be easily
Addressed.
um, addressed. That means my existing AI agent can really become a better teacher, maybe with the support of the facilitator and all. Incapable and insufficient or not enough teachers are there that can be addressed with this AI.
Good
The
teachers
second
can be
is already
replicated.
replicated. The second is I am a teacher, but I'm very committed. I have the knowledge. Then I should use the AI as my sort of an assistant or my mentor. Both ways, the AI will be useful for me based on the ability of the AI. If it is an assistant, it will do all my administrative work, for example, all my these things and all. My load will be reduced. If it is high-end intelligent AI, agent is there, then it will be also my teacher, because I'm teacher. Teachers also needs to continuously learn, right? It's not like,
Yes.
unfortunately, our teachers learn only probably during their education. After that, they only teach everything 20 years, 15 years, same thing. It doesn't work. So the world is changing, right? So that means the teachers for continuous learning, the AI will become a mentor, and for their administrative and load relieving jobs, it become an assistant, right? Those, I think, AI agents or AI assistants will play. For insufficient and incapable, AI can certainly become a
Replace.
replacement with the support of the facilitators.
Got it. And so how do we assess learning in the age of AI, where traditional exams can easily be bypassed by tools? For ChatGPT, people are putting bans on ChatGPT in most US universities. Material because children can write good essays or using these tools. So how do you assess students
I think that's not the right
or
thing.
learning? Hmm.
I think stopping access to these tools, I don't agree. I have very
Totally, sir.
my
I am
my
also a votary for
I am in
that.
a strong view. So you cannot stop this. Okay, if not this year, I am sure next 3 years they will say we are opening it. There is no point closing now and opening after that.
Correct.
This is part and parcel of our life. Please first accept it. Okay, AI will become part and parcel of our life. They are invading us, or they are working with us and all. Now you learn how to work with them. Okay, you give to a case study to the student. Okay. Student go to the chat GPT and then copy and then will submit it. Okay. You have tools, for example, whether it is AI generated or whether it is copied or not, to some extent, if the tools are not 100% accurate, certainly the teachers have a review mechanism in such a way, whether it is AI generated or human generated. Today, I think 50 to 60% accuracy. Other AI tools are there to find whether the content generated is AI generated or human generated. That means
Mhm.
the teachers have to be taught to know what students are really giving me is a human generated or AI generated, number one. Number two, please teach this to students what is the better way to give a prompt. Either you copy.
Correct. Questions.
Okay, for this case study, I'm testing your ability to create the prompt. I'm not worried about output, my dear friends. Now it is a case study here is for this problem. Tell the case study. For this problem, you show me what is the better way to create the prompt and explain me. Even prompt can be copied. Again, they will go to another
Got
AI
it.
tools
Got
and
it.
give the problem and ask it. Okay. So, number three, character. Sir, you can't control. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, they will copy. Okay. And they will continue to copy. There are always good people, bad people, worse people. Even students, parents, anywhere you have that, right? The only thing is, how do you create that responsibility, fear of punishment, and a good character in the minds of the students? Oh, this is wrong. Today, can they go and do some of the things? Can they consume cigarette in the classroom? Can they?
No, at this point, no.
Why they don't consume?
Some level of decency,
Fear of punishment and
fear of punishment.
social taboo. Oh, this guy is eighth class smoking and all. That means there are some social controls we created. Oh, smoking in the classroom is not right. The student also know. Just going and copying in AI tools and bringing is not right. You have to teach the students. I don't know the answer today.
Correct.
That's where I told the character, social controls. Okay, character. So guardrails, what you mentioned. Okay, so everything needs to be brought in, but you cannot close it completely. I don't think so. It will work.
Sir, I think we are running out of time. So
Mhm.
one last question, sir. Are we teaching students to solve yesterday's problems or tomorrow's?
First, we don't know what is a problem. First, we should teach the students how to define a problem. Then I'll come to yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You missed today. You said only
See,
yesterday and
most of
future.
the things that we learn are from the past. Most because you humans are basically we try to learn intergenerational knowledge. But with AI and all these tools coming up, are we should we not be prepared for the future? Most of the
Sir,
learning should not it be preparing us for the next stage, rather
sir,
than
I call
looking
it
into the
as
past.
anywhere in the world, I look at it doesn't matter which generation you are in. baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and all. Okay. Every generation, the problems will be there, possibilities will be there. Do you agree?
Correct.
But only the context vary. There are problems in our father generation. There are problems in our generation. There are problems in our next kids generation and all. So there is nothing like a past problem or a future problem. Okay, you have to understand first, analyze and context and everything, define the problem. Unfortunately, we don't know before solving the problem. So you should know how to define the problem. Even AI cannot solve the problem, your problem, if you don't define it properly.
Correct.
Right. So I think the first important point here is when the invention of AI is there and all, it will solve the different type of problems. It will also tell you what possibilities needs to be created. That is not the issue today, whether it is a past or a future. You understand that there is always possibility and problem. Problem has to be solved. Possibilities needs to be created an opportunity. So please understand in our context, in our domain, in our boundary, what problems are there today. Okay, what possibilities are there for future. I'm talking about today's problems. I'm talking about future opportunities in the form of possibilities. Understand that, then automatically you can move in the right direction.
Thank you, Srinivasa Rao. We'll keep in touch. I know we have a lot more podcasts we'll be doing with you. We'll come
Okay.
back with another set of questions.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think it
bit
was a very
above, and I think
enlightening discussion. And
yeah.
I think, this actually creates some level of interest in everybody on the topic. Especially education is now on the cusp of transformation. So it's time we look at this and address it properly.
Actually, I have conceptualized intelligent, immersive, autonomous learning platform. Okay,
Right.
where you ask a lot of questions. Next time we'll discuss how
Certainly, sir.
the AI can become a companion, how the AI can become a mentor or facilitator.
Yeah.
We need to really educate the people how to use AI. I'm not worried about today how to invent AI.
Right.
Anyhow, long way to go for India.
No, no, we
Okay,
were
let us at
looking
least
only at the theory part, sir. I know definitely a lot of applications are coming up in the market.
right.
How AI assistants and AI bots and other things can help in education. But for the next episode, we look
Sure.
forward to it.
Thank
Thank
you so
you,
much.
Srinivas.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.